Welcome to another 141 member spotlight segment. As our topic for today is community service action. We will talk to those IAM members who make these local lodge programs work for those in need. Let's get started. Hello, sisters, and welcome. Please tell our viewers who you are and about the importance of community service and what you're doing in your local lodge.
Morning, Brother Dave. Thanks for having us on today. My name is Noelle Sakamoto, and I'm out of the San Francisco Lodge, Local 1781. I'm also the EAP Regional Director for District 141 for the Northwest region. But for community service, as soon as I came into my local and became active, I knew that was one of the things that I really wanted to promote, was to get the IAM's name out in the general public and just let the community know that we are here for them and anything that they needed or wanted. So our local started a union member food distribution that we still do twice a month. And actually this Thursday is our 1-year anniversary. And we've served almost 70,000 individuals. That equals out to like 800 families. And that's almost every food drive because of the numbers that we have that are so great. And basically we have orchestrated a drive-through process where the members drive in through our parking lot, they make a U-turn, they're serviced by the different groups that we have helping us, from flight attendants to rampers to storekeepers to security guards, all from our different locals. We do have Teamsters and, like I said, the flight attendants, which are a real big help for us every first and third Thursday. Another thing my local started to do was a big thank you to our healthcare workers, especially during the time of the pandemic. We had a former member who is now the cardiac director at the local hospital that we use in case of any emergencies on the off shift. And so we're working with him to try to put together some kind of walkthrough appreciation where everyone on duty can walk through like an honor guard. And we're going to have pom-poms and signs that say, thank you for all you've done for the pandemic and for everyone with COVID-19. So we're doing those two things. We still are doing community service with our battered women's organization. They needed us to come in and clean out their spare distribution, so if you could so call it, room, and where the ladies go in after they've been through their treatment and they find housing for these ladies. They get to go in. There's everything from clothing to dishes to furniture to TVs. And so they needed some help with just organizing that. So along with our sister 1782 local Women's Committee Chair, Frances Fennell, we went in there and organized it. So now all the dishes are together, all the paper products are together, most of the furniture is together. And we're still actually very much involved in helping our battered women's shelter.
Debbie?
Hi, everyone. My name is Debbie Inverno, and I am from Local Lodge 914 here in Newark, New Jersey. And we have a community service program that is overwhelmingly large. We started out very, very small a short time ago, and we have partnered with one of our mentoring programs. It's called the Vashi School here in Newark. Myself and my secondhand person, Lee Carpenter, work with the students. There are approximately 17 of them, and we work with them for all holidays, and we attempt to have monthly improvement programs with them so that they can become the future. And that's the best part of community service. We are looking to foster the communities to be able to bring to the future what they learned today. We also work with a food bank, St. Joseph's in Elizabeth. They provide food daily to the local residents and clothing. Although the clothing drive has slowed down a bit due to the COVID, But we are storing everything and we are ready as soon as they are with blankets, men's clothing, which is very difficult to get out to the community. But St. Joseph's does a wonderful job. We also work with several other shelters that do call us. And Newark, our local 914, we step up to the plate at all times. We're very lucky here at Newark Airport because our management does allow a nice box, which, by the way, they decorated for me because they didn't like my decorations, but they did a beautiful job. They put it right by our time clock, and that box has donations in it every single day. So we are very, very fortunate here. The motto that we have, and we stand by it, is that, you know, community service is where it all begins. We can fund the future as long as we work within the community and work with our young. And we also have a nice little section where we do things for the elderly, certain things at the nursing homes. I forgot to mention that, but we do work with nursing homes. They do call me when they need something. Our members here at Newark step right up. And I want to give them a big thank you for all of those that will listen to this. Newark steps up to the plate, and thank you all.
Tamara.
Good morning. I'm Tamara Sass. I am Local Lodge 1885 in Portland, Oregon. And for our community service, this time has been challenging for many families within our local community and our larger communities throughout the nation. And at this time, we've been focusing on some of our smaller local communities that really, really need help during this pandemic. And we have the holiday season, we had donations from many brothers and sisters to provide clothing and games and some food items to a women and children's shelter here in Portland, Oregon called Rosehaven. And they've been amazed at what our communities provided to them. And we've also, during the holiday season, we made gift cards to our troops and our military coming through the airport. And each card had a gift card, a Starbucks gift card in there for them, and thanking them for their service. We're just wrapping up a food drive, and we're a smaller community. I would love to do something like the San Francisco Lodge, but what we're doing is I have various boxes at different break rooms here in the airport with our members, and we've been collecting food here for 2 weeks. I'll be delivering that on Friday, and that will support one of our local food banks here in the Southwest Washington area. We've been trying to do, since we're right on the border of Oregon and Washington, we've been alternating. We'll do an Oregon fundraiser or donate to a food bank in Oregon, and then we'll pop over to Washington because a lot of our members live in both states. So we've been trying to provide to as many communities as we possibly can. And in the future, we would like to do something big. I know last year we had started to organize doing a fundraiser for Guide Dogs of America. I think right now that's a little bit big for us with the pandemic, but we're hoping that's one of our goals that we would like to do up here, and just get a little bit bigger in our giving. So right now we're just focusing on our local communities, and our brothers and sisters have been very, very generous. So it feels good. Fantastic work.
Sister Cristina, how can our members learn more about getting involved with community service? And do you have any comments you want to make about the work that these sisters and other sisters and brothers have been doing around the country?
I do, Dave. Thank you for having me. As far as if anybody wants to get involved with community service, they can reach out to me directly via email or my phone number. They can contact their local or their AGCs. Every area is different, and Tamara had kind of pointed out, you've got San Francisco that's a really big area that can do really huge things, and you have Portland that's a little smaller. But anything you do, it doesn't have to be a big elaborate thing. Any small gesture of kindness and giving back to the community helps everybody, and that's where it really begins. During the pandemic, it's been a very difficult year for all of us. Guide dogs especially has been most of the, as Tamara pointed out, the events have been canceled. So we'll go forward with next year. However, we had Local 1932 out of LA at Christmas time. They sponsored a family. Indeed. 2198 and 811 did essential items for their coworkers that were being impacted by the reductions or furloughs. 1759 also did a food pantry that was for the members directly. So any act of community service is giving back. I mean, it's justice on the job and service to the community. Our members are part of the community, and our work locations and our locals are in the community. So there's all different ways to give back. And again, don't be intimidated. There's nothing too small. And together, we can make a difference.
Thank you so much, sisters, for the work you're doing out there in your states. Our machinist flag says justice on the job and service to the community. And you all are doing just that at your local lodges. One thing I'd like to mention before we close out this spotlight, Local Lodge 1886 in Denver and Local Lodge 1487 in Chicago are both working on a golf outing later this year to benefit Guide Dogs of America. That's just another way that you can get involved in community service. All members can play a part in this action. You can as well. Join a committee. Till then, keep up the good work, machinists.